Okay, today we're just going to do a little bit of vocabulary, and then tomorrow we're going to read the next section of Code Talkers where they use this vocabulary. So again, as I go through this video, I just want you to, since, we're not in the same, some of us aren't even in the same time zone, but since I can't send out these surveys, I'll just have you think about it in your own mind. All right, so the first vocabulary word we have is scuttlebutt. Scuttlebutt. Do you know what scuttlebutt means? So, no, I have never seen or heard this word before. I have seen or heard the word before, but I do not know what it means. I think I know what the word means, but I cannot use it in writing or a conversation. Or, yes, I know what the word means. I can use it in writing or conversation. So, think about what you know about this word. Okay, I would be sort of surprised if you had heard or seen this word before, since not a lot of people say it anymore, actually. It's a little bit of an older word, so a lot of, some older people use it. But basically what it means is that they are stories that may or may not be true, usually about people. So to make it more simple, it's like rumors or gossip, all right? Scuttlebutt. And usually it's rumors or gossip that like really get people talking really quickly, all right? So it's very sudden. So in the example sentence, and I'll expand this out, the students gathered around one another to discuss the scuttlebutt about the new kid. Okay, so if a new kid comes to school and people are hearing rumors about her and have heard stories about her before, they might get together and gossip. They might discuss the scuttlebutt, right? So from the book, we have scuttlebutt around the base was that the third's job, so the third platoon, I believe, the third's job would be to take Bougainville, an enemy air base in the Solomon Islands. No one ever knows for sure where those rumors come from, but any Marine worth his salt can tell you that it's not a bad idea to listen to the scuttlebutt, right? So they heard rumors that the platoon's job would be to take over an air base in this Bougainville area, and the author actually connects the word and says it's rumors. Nobody knows where these rumors come from, but it's a good idea to listen to the rumors because there is some truth in it. All right, so that's scuttlebutt. Scuttlebutt is rumor. All right, so again, I can't send you the survey, but scuttlebutt, which word is closest in meaning to scuttlebutt? Gossip, bully, or facts? And you can see that the word closest in meaning is gossip, right? The next word, frequency. This is one of those words that could have different meanings depending on how you're using it. And in this case, well, before I tell you that, think about whether you have heard this word before or not. So no, I haven't. I've seen it or heard it, but I don't know what it means. I think I know what it means, but I can't use it in writing or conversation. Or yes, I know what it means. I can use it. Frequency. Okay. In this case, oops, I'm sorry. They are using the word frequency as it connects to like a radio. So you might hear the word frequency like as, it means like happens very often. So it happens with regular frequency. So it happens again and again. But in this case, it's talking about like the radio. And so here's the sentence. Because the car was traveling through a tunnel, Abigail couldn't tune into the frequency of her favorite radio station. Okay. So when you're listening to the radio, it has these wavelengths, All right, so it has these waves of sound, and depending on how big or small the waves are, that's the frequency. And in our book, it says usually two Navajos would be out in the field together. One of them would be on the radio, headphones over his ears. He would tune the set to the right frequency. So when the Navajo men were out in the field, they'd have to try to listen to the radio, and they'd have to turn the dial so that they could hear what somebody else on the other side was saying. Otherwise, it would just sound like it would just be static. All right, but you needed to be at the right frequency, radio frequency. So up here in the meaning, it says a particular range of sound waves such as those used by radio communication. Right. So frequency, which of the following is frequency most closely connected to? We have temperature, sound, or distance, and it's connected to sound. All right. And then finally, our last vocabulary word is briefed. Think about whether you have heard the word briefed, whether you've ever been briefed on anything before. So if somebody is briefing you on something, they're giving you a summary of important facts about the situation. So they're giving you information, they're cluing you in, they're bringing you in the loop, right? They're telling you what you need to know. So our sentence here, during the meeting, the mayor was briefed about the parade route. So he was given information about the parade route. Now in our book, we have, because we had made changes in the code, we all needed to make sure everyone was well briefed. Code talkers not in combat would be flown in to update everyone on any changes or additions made in the code. So apparently in this next section of the book, they have to change the code every once in a while, and then people who are supposed to be talking in code, they need to be given that information. They need to be briefed. And so lastly, we have which sentence uses the word briefed correctly. I want the briefed to be made of brown leather. The president was briefed about the battle by a general, or my sister is always briefed. She writes short messages. In this case, they're trying to confuse you. This is supposed to be briefcase. And in this case, they're talking about the word brief or short. But this is the one that has to do with information. The president was briefed about the battle. He was given information about the battle by a general. Okay, so those are your 3 vocabulary words. We have scuttlebutt, frequency, and briefed.